Over 2 million people live in Riverside County without a local news perspective. Until now. Spirit of Innovation, bringing you the need to know and good to know local regional county news, creating community and inspiration for business and residents.
Hello, I'm Gabriela Venturo. Welcome to Spirit of Innovation, nonprofit JDS Creative Academy's local magazine news and information show. In this episode, we look at all the unique ways Riverside County's libraries are utilized in our community. We also spotlight a nonprofit that achieves spectacular results by introducing horseback riding to children with disabilities. And in the Good to Know, we explore how the arts community is bouncing back after COVID. Now, for the Need to Know news and information. On September 14th, Californians will vote whether or not to recall Gavin Newsom from the office of governor. The gubernatorial recall election ballot will have two parts. First, voters will address the recall answer with a yes or no. Then, regardless of your answer, you will be asked from a certified list of candidates to choose his replacement. You are not required to address the second part of the ballot for your vote to still count. A fun fact to share, there have been 54 attempts to recall previous governors since 1911, but only one has been officially recalled, which was Gray Davis in 2003. To check your voter registration status, head to voterstatus.sos.ca.gov. Now, on to a Riverside County COVID update. Just last week, Riverside County experienced hospital numbers exceeding 500 people with COVID. Thankfully, we are still under half of what we saw in January when numbers reached over 1,600 patients. In the attempt to fight against COVID and its new variant, the county urges those 12 and over to get the vaccine. Remember, all COVID-19 vaccines are free and no insurance is required. Riverside County is sitting at about a 51% vaccination rate. As of August 23rd, the FDA has given their full approval for the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. It's time to roll up your sleeve and get it done. If you are a local to Temecula, we would like to remind you that COVID vaccines are available every Saturday at Ronald Reagan Sports Park from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. To find a location closest to you, visit vaccine.gov/search. Also in Temecula, COVID testing is available at the COVID clinic located at the Temecula Promenade. Free PCR tests are available. Lastly, the California Department of Public Health announced on August 18th that starting September 20th, attending indoor events of more than 1,000 people across California will require vaccination proof or a negative test within 72 hours. For some, it may have been a while since setting foot inside a library. With technology advances, the digital world has made a wealth of information easy to access with just the touch of a button. These advancements might have you wondering how libraries are utilized these days. Spirit of Innovation takes a look.
With a decrease in the circulation of bound books, it is easy to undervalue the importance of a library in today's world. Thanks to the public-private partnership model, Riverside County opened its 36th location this year. Desert Hot Springs, Menifee, and French Valley all opened their doors within the last few months.
A public-private partnership basically allows the landowner, which in this case was the county, to work together with a private developer and do a ground lease with the developer. The developer then builds the facility to our specifications. These were definitely communities where we saw an increase in the traffic and the usage of the existing facilities that warranted either a new branch or a replacement of an existing branch.
Residents are also embracing the new facilities and are utilizing them in different ways.
I just relocated from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm using the Wi-Fi here as a remote office during the pandemic, so I'm so grateful to have this. It's a beautiful facility. Air conditioning is always great, good, comfortable seating.
Everything is brand new, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get a good book on poetry a friend of mine told me about.
And I live not too far away and very excited, my husband and I, to be able to be right down the street I'm actually going to volunteer here also. I'm looking forward to that.
Libraries provide a community center for all to enjoy.
The profession has done all sorts of surveys and published statistics that millennials are readers. They read print books as well as electronic books. I think they look at the library as an opportunity, not only for connectivity, but they bring their own devices and they can have a quiet place to read, to study, to work, to communicate virtually with friends and family.
It is clear that libraries represent different things to different people, and there is no denying the cultural and community offerings.
Today's libraries aren't just repositories of the printed word, they've become so much more. They've gone from spaces of collection to spaces for creation. A new library placed within walking distance to residents makes a neighborhood so much more attractive. It's such a welcoming and safe place for everyone.
We also see it as an investment in our economic development. There is a direct correlation to our literacy level and the economic prosperity and the health of these communities.
We are very fortunate to have this brand new, beautiful library in the city of Menifee. I'm actually looking forward to holding my community meetings here with my constituents and residents.
To those people who say, why libraries? They are an institution of our society. They are not gone, they are not dead, but we are adjusting and we are utilizing technology to continue to provide these services to our residents.
More than just a bank of books and computers, libraries are a place to gather, explore, interact, and imagine.
It is great to know that even in a fast advancing world, there is a future for libraries beyond the entangled web. Animals can help humans in many different ways. A nonprofit in Temecula creates bonds between horses and children that will benefit the participants for years to come. SOI training correspondent Garrett Brown, along with our SOI crew, has more.
I'm here in Temecula's wine country, home of Green Acres Interactive Therapy, also known as GAIT. This nonprofit offers therapeutic horseback riding lessons to developmentally disabled children over a 5-week course. When the program was started, it was the first of its kind.
GAIT was created, it actually blossomed out of our regular lesson program here, which has been running for 5 decades now. And I began to see that there were children in there that needed a little bit more assistance than we could provide, maybe a quieter environment in order to be able to develop in the manner that we wanted and to be able to get the most out of the horses for the child. Out of that grew GAIT. We work with children with cerebral palsy, autism of all sorts. The children with cerebral palsy probably present the greatest challenge because they have no core strength. And that's where the horse comes in, because the horse has this ability for these children that have never walked to sit on a horse. Now their hips start to function, they move because the horse is physically making them move as they would. It's as close as you can get to actually walking by riding a horse. It's magic. There's no other word for it.
Stella Laporte has cerebral palsy and her experience with GAIT has really helped her.
Stella has been learning to become more self-confident with herself. Riding horses, which is her favorite thing to do, it's also build strength in her muscles and also her pelvic area, and it helps her build her strength when she walks with her walker.
Margaret Rich runs a large staff that all help out in not just caring for the animals, but in giving the participants therapeutic exercises.
I've been here at the GAIT program for 2 years. Being outside in this environment and working helps them to grow and progress, sometimes on a weekly basis.
The most important requirement for GAIT instructors is to have great passion for both animals and disabled children, which helps their students achieve their goals.
What does someone need to do in order to become an instructor for this program?
Normally what we would like is to have the individual come and volunteer at first. Come here and we kind of see, 1, how they handle the horses, and 2, how they can work with kids. It's kind of a 2 parts to that kind of thing. From there, we have programs. We start teaching you how to do stuff, and eventually we'll start having you handle and take kids on your own.
The horses are just as important as the instructors in this program.
Temperament is a big deal. Working with some of the kids and other individuals that have a lot of motor issues, some of them have tics and stuff like that based on what type of handicaps they might have. And it's very important that whatever horse that we decide to use, one, works well with that individual, but also doesn't get scared, doesn't get spooked by kicking and hitting.
While program participants achieve goals that are both physically and mentally challenging, bonds between the kids and animals are formed. These connections are very important for developing various skills.
We have children who come and the horse is a large animal and they're intimidated by that horse. Once we get them on the horse, then they can go through all kinds of exercises in the arena here. They weave through cones, which is direction. That's where the speech part comes in. If they can get through the GAIT program and navigate with their horse, they can move on to our normal lesson program. And from there, the sky's the limit for them. And that's what makes this place special.
How long have you been coming here?
2 years. I've been coming here 2 years.
What do you like most of being a part of this program?
I like to ride the horse.
Is there a special horse you like working with the most?
I like to ride with.
The children participating in GAIT will eventually move on, but the benefits they've obtained and bonds they've created are sure to last a lifetime.
GAIT is always looking for volunteers to help grow this program. If you would like to know more, go to our website for the link. Now it is time for our Good to Know, where we share fun events to attend, heartwarming news, and general information. That's good to know. The County of Riverside is offering 100% funded education for your vocational training in the medical and tech fields. Eligibility includes being a Riverside County resident and having a high school diploma or GED. You need to have been laid off from work, receiving unemployment benefits, or recently exhausted your unemployment benefits. There are some additional requirements as well. Check out our website for a link to Riverside County's website. A big congrats to the Riverside University Health System as they were awarded by the American College of Surgeons Committee on Trauma as the only verified and designated Level 1 trauma center in Riverside County. Also, Temecula Valley Hospital is now a designated comprehensive stroke center and is the only hospital in the region with this designation. We appreciate our healthcare heroes. Paula Park in Temecula has been around since the 90s and recently received a facelift. The park is now called Friendship Park to reflect the city's efforts in achieving diversity, inclusion, and equity. The park is ADA accessible and has something for everyone. Lake Elsinore is stepping up to be quite the hotspot. If you haven't heard, it was just announced the fastest growing city in California. According to the 2020 census, the city has grown by 18,444 people just within the last 11 years. And Menifee trails right behind with a 32% growth rate over the past decade. No wonder there's so much traffic. The arts are very important to life here in Riverside County, and it's good to see venues opening up after COVID. SOI Crew member and the theater guru, Matt Seelbinder, takes a look at how the arts are bouncing back.
When COVID closed art spaces down, for many, it was like losing their home away from home.
We're used to going and gathering and seeing art on stage, and to have that taken away for 17 months has been very difficult.
We had things in place ready to go, and all that hard work for us was just immediately shut down.
Although frustrating and sad to an extent that performers really couldn't perform in the venue that they are used to performing in, I still think performers found a way. That means that they did it online, or they did it outside, or they recorded it. And we'll continue to find a way, and we'll continue to adjust however we need to.
It just shows that no matter what circumstances come, the arts will survive because people are there to support it.
We're hopeful and we're ready to come back.
Venues are slowly and carefully starting to open up to visitors again. Last month, the Hemet Valley Arts Association announced their reopening. They offer classes, and their gallery features the work of local artists. Studio 395's Village on Grand Community Center in Lake Elsinore plan on holding their annual Day of the Dead event in person this year.
We'll be doing a walkthrough event which will highlight the Mesoamerican roots of the holiday, appreciation for your ancestors and your loved ones who have passed on.
Another big arts attraction is the Riverside Art Museum. They're back open and require patrons to wear masks and follow other COVID guidelines. If you enjoy live theater, you'll be happy to know that many high schools plan on putting their students back up on stage. Temecula Valley High, well known for its top quality theater program, will host shows in front of a live audience this school year. And recently, Chaparral High presented Sweet Charity, a show that was canceled last year due to COVID and featured many 2020 alumni. In community theater, Shakespeare in the Vines is back open. This outdoor venue, located in Temecula's wine country, kicked off the summer season with The Tempest and have shows scheduled through September.
Having a live audience out in our venue was just exhilarating. It brought so much joy when I got up on that stage to say welcome back to everyone, because I know everyone needs the arts and theaters, especially today.
On Main Street, in the heart of Old Town, lies the Temecula Theater, located behind the historic landmark Mercantile Building.
We were so glad that we were able to reopen the Merc on July 1st. We want everybody to feel safe when they come to the theater. We have sanitizer stations at each doorway. We have masks if people would like to wear masks. And then always feel comfortable in knowing that we will always comply with what the CDC has for our community.
We were thrilled to find out that our venues can reopen. September 3rd is going to be the opening of the theater with Mamma Mia, and we're welcoming everyone back with open arms and can't wait to get started again. It's been a long intermission.
From live shows to band concerts, at schools to dance, arts and acting classes, at local studios, to live music at wineries, it's good to see the arts being enjoyed by in-person audiences once again. I'm Matt Steelbinder, and it's been a pleasure.
You can find links to the various venues and events on our website. You can also check out JDS Creative Academy's fall semester visual and performing arts classes. They include musical theater, fashion design, script writing, and backstage production. Halloween is also right around the corner, which means it's haunted studio time. If you want to be a part of the JDSCA Haunted Studio class, come out on September 29th to join in on the activities. In-person acting classes are also back at JDS Actors Studio. Their industry workshop program introduces new actors to agents and managers. If you're looking for that big Hollywood break, this just may be that opportunity for you. There's a lot happening in Riverside County, so here with more is JDSCA pre-apprentice Aaron Porras.
Thanks, Gabby. Labor Day weekend is right around the corner. There's no better way to kick it off than with a block party at Temecula's Promenade Mall. Join in on the fun in front of the Regal Edwards Cinemas movie theater and enjoy shopping, photo ops, music, and more. Or head to the mountains. On Sunday, September 5th, you can attend Music Hail, an outdoor classical concert in Idlewild. Proceeds support the Student Scholarship Program of the Idlewild Arts Academy and Summer Program. Our Jewish friends will be observing high holidays with Rosh Hashanah, which begins Monday evening, September 6th and goes through September 8th. Yom Kippur is observed on September 16th. Our website will have links to a selection of synagogues offering in-person services. Remembrance from 9/11 will be hosted at the Temecula Duck Pond at 4 p.m. This year will mark 20 years since the tragedy. Attendees will have the opportunity to take a quiet moment of reflection in the city's keepsake journal. Looking for a reason to dance? The city of Wildomar invites you to enjoy a free mariachi concert at Marna O'Brien Park on September 18th at 7 p.m. Attendees will enjoy food, vendor booths, activities for the whole family, and a beer garden for the parents. Are you looking for a job? Then you are in luck. The 26th Annual Valley-wide Employment Expo takes place on September 23rd, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is also a good opportunity for employers looking to hire. The event is free to attend. Attention wine lovers! JDS Creative Academy is hosting a delicious getaway. Not only do you get to explore Yerba Village with free tastings, but dinner for two at Bolero Restaurant and a posh place to lay your head with a one-night stay. All you have to do is click on our Instagram or Facebook page and follow the contest rules from there. Best of luck. Back to you, Gabby.
Thanks, Erin. Check out our website to learn more and find links to all the good to know happenings we just mentioned in our show. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Spirit of Innovation. Tell your friends about us. You can find us on Rivco TV, local Murrieta and Temecula stations, and YouTube. Be sure to follow us on social media using the hashtag JDSFamily to keep up with everything that's happening here in the studio and in Riverside County. Don't miss our SOI training crew on radio station 102.5 The Vine with the JDS Creative Academy news update 7 days a week, 3 times a day. Also, stay tuned for some weekly SOI updates coming your way by the SOI training crew. We love hearing from you, so let us know if there's a Riverside County issue or event that you want us to cover, or you might have feedback about. We'll be back with a new episode on September 23rd. But until then, I'm Gabriela Venturo.
And I'm Mary Porras.
SOI out.